Good evening. This is All India Radio Kohima. I'm Jonas Yantan with Evening News. The headlines. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar says millets have increasing relevance in the world in the backdrop of climate change and conflicts. Deputy Chief Minister Y. Patton says case registered and a probe started into the killing of 2 police personnel at Lamhai Namdi. International workshop on sustainable management of aquatic ecosystems underway in Kohima. And UIDAI calls for verifying Aadhaar before accepting it as identity proof. Now the news in detail. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar today said millets have increasing relevance in the world today in the backdrop of COVID, climate change and conflicts. He was speaking at a pre-launch of India's year-long grand celebration of International Year of Millets 2023 in New Delhi. Dr. Jaishankar stressed that millets are important for food security as well as international relations. He said COVID was a period that reminded the world what a pandemic could do to food security, while climate change can lower production and disrupt trade. He suggested that international relations much greater attention ought to be given to food security. In his address, Agriculture Minister Narendra Singh Tomar said the International Year of Millets will raise awareness about the importance of millets in food security and nutrition. Tomar said India is one of the major producers of millet and his ministry is working in a mission mode to increase millets consumption and production. High commissioners and ambassadors to India from over 60 countries attended the pre-launch celebration. Deputy Chief Minister Y. Patton said that a police case has been registered and investigation has already started into the recent incident at Lamhai Namdi, wherein 2 personnel of Nagaland Armed Police lost their lives due to firing by another fellow personnel. Patton assured that thorough inquiry would be conducted to determine the circumstances and other relevant facts so that befitting punishment is handed to the guilty as per law. He urged the police department to initiate corrective measures for ensuring that no such untoward incident occurs in the future. Expressing deep pain and concern at the unfortunate incident, the Deputy CM extended condolences to the bereaved families of the 2 Jawans and announced ex gratia payment of 2 lakh rupees each to their next of kin. Further, Patton noted that the police headquarters has been directed to send a proposal to the government for appointing the next of kin of the 2 deceased in the police department on compassionate ground at the earliest. A 2-day international workshop on the current and traditional practices for sustainable management of aquatic ecosystems got underway at Kohima Science College Autonomous, Jotsama today. During the inaugural session, a Memorandum of Understanding MOU was signed between Kohima Science College and GIZ India. The signatories were Kohima Science College Principal Dr. Demchen Wapang and Co-Lead Climate Change and Circular Economy Group GIZ India, Dr. Thomas Lenartz. Addressing the program, Dr. Thomas said GIZ has initiated 18 projects all over India. He highlighted on the importance of agriculture sector, saying it was the cornerstone, and also spoke on climate change, conservation and preservation of biodiversity. Project Manager GIZ India, Patricia Dawn, virtually addressed the participants and urged them to guide the local community on sustainable management. Meanwhile, Additional Principal Chief Conservator of Forest, Nagaland, Vetpal Singh, stressed upon giving importance on traditional practices for sustainable management of aquatic ecosystems. He said maintaining the ecosystem would provide livelihood, food security, control floods and groundwater level. The program was attended by scientists, researchers and NGOs from various state biodiversity boards. The Unique Identification Authority of India, UIDAI, has urged various entities to verify the Aadhaar before accepting it as an identity proof. The UIDAI maintained that verification prohibits unscrupulous and antisocial elements from indulging in any possible misuse. It has also requested the state governments to give necessary direction to sensitize concerned entities regarding Aadhaar verification before using it as an identity document. Any Aadhaar can be verified using the QR code available on all forms of Aadhaar using M-Aadhaar app or Aadhaar QR code scanner. UIDAI added that dampening of Aadhaar documents can be detected by offline verification, and defaulters will be liable for penalties under Section 35 of the Aadhaar Act. This news comes to you from All India Radio, Kohima. You can also listen to this news bulletin on News on Air app and YouTube channel AIR News Kohima. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will address the closing ceremony of the year-long celebrations of the 400th birth anniversary of the great Ahom general Lachit Baraphukan in New Delhi tomorrow. It has been a constant endeavour of the Prime Minister to honour unsung heroes in a befitting manner. Meanwhile, Home Minister Amit Shah also graced the celebrations this evening. The 3-day-long event, organised by Assam government, began in the national capital yesterday. The central government is open to making pro-farmer changes in the crop insurance scheme, Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, in response to climate crisis and rapid technological advances. According to an official release, Secretary Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, Manoj Ahuja, stated that major revamp measures have been taken in the scheme post-2016 to address new challenges, and several new fundamental features were also added in 2018. The Secretary stressed that in the era of rapid innovations, digitization and technology are playing a significant role in scaling up the reach and operations of the scheme with precision agriculture. Project Director, District Rural Development Agency, Mugukchung, Doshi Mungla Kichu, said the main objective of the Gram Panchayat Development Plan (GPDP) is to involve people in the planning process so as to ensure that gaps and problems are identified and addressed at a grassroots level. She said this today at a meeting-cum one-day orientation program on People's Plan campaign Panchayat Development Plan with line departments in Mugukchung. She said the planning process needs to be comprehensive and based on participation, involving full coverage with activities related to all centrally sponsored schemes. Kichu emphasized for an effective strategy for preparing GPDP is where all departments play a role, and called upon collective responsibility from line departments to make the campaign a success. Naga Students Federation (NSF) has condemned the firing incident along the Meghalaya-Assam border on 22nd November that led to the loss of 6 lives. The Federation said the barbaric and anti-societal act has outraged the sentiments of the entire Northeast region and beyond. It said such inhumane, diabolical act negates the aspirations of the general populace towards lasting peace and stability and the shared purpose of peaceful coexistence and respectful relationships. The NSF appealed for peace and unity in the region and asked the authority concerned to follow due process of law through an impartial probe to settle the issue amicably at the earliest. The Federation extended its deepest sympathy to the bereaved family members of the innocent victims and wished speedy recovery to those injured in the incident. The 8th Inter-Departmental Badminton Tournament of Peren District began in Jalukhi town today. Gracing the event, a special guest, Deputy Commissioner Peren, Vinit Kumar, said Inter-Departmental Tournament was a very important initiative for all government employees to interact, know each other, and also to discover hidden talents. The tournament concludes tomorrow. And now it's when the news. Here are the main points again. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar says millets have increasing relevance in the world in the backdrop of climate change and conflicts. Deputy Chief Minister Y. Patton says case registered and a probe started into the killing of 2 police personnel at Lamhai Namdi. International workshop on sustainable management of aquatic ecosystems underway in Kohima. And UIDAI calls for verifying Aadhaar before accepting it as an identity proof. That is all we have in this evening news bulletin. Good night.